the age of 21, Liam Donnelly has climbed some of the highest volcanoes and mountain ranges in South America. He travels on a small budget, allowing himself to experience the country through the eyes of a true traveler, restricting himself to self-guided tours. Here is his story and tips.
My name's Liam Ross Donnelly, and I've been to mostly South America. It's Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia, and outside of South America, just Europe and England. So I'm headed down to Peru with my cousin. We flew into Lima, and a good idea is when you get to Lima, if you want to head out to Cusco, your best bet is to have an internal flight that will bring you from Lima to Cusco, so that way you don't have to take an 18-hour bus ride, which is completely ridiculous. So it's probably best to go to Peru around September because that's the dry season. You fly out to Cusco, and that's pretty much the hub for everything. So when you get to Machu Picchu, there's different trails that go around the site, and it's best maybe to choose the long trail. There's like long, medium, short. Choose the long one, go around the outside, and you head off to the left, coming up, and then you climb to the top of Machu Picchu, and there's some beautiful, amazing structures that are even more amazing than the actual Machu Picchu itself, because you see like Inca houses up here, up like 2,000 meters high above Machu Picchu. You could head down to Arequipa, which is near the coast, or you can head over to Puno, which is on the coast of Lake Titicaca, which is, of course, the highest navigable lake in the world. It's around 3,700 meters. At this point, you should be well acclimatized. You've been there for about 3 days now. So you can head down. So if you're heading down to Puno, you would get the bus from the bus shelter. Just ask the person at the hostel desk. They'll give you the directions. Once you get to Puno, it's a 5-hour bus ride from Cusco. You get to Puno. It's right on the coast of Lake Titicaca. And if you want, you can do different tours. You can just ask for any tours or anything like that. You always ask the hostel person who runs the hostel. They'll have everything for you. So from Puno, you can take a boat ride, and there's all sorts of islands on Lake Titicaca, and usually the tours include 3 islands, 2 or 3 islands. Usually from the Puno side, they'll take you to Uros, which is the floating islands, which are reed islands you can visit, where people have for centuries been living on these reed islands that float around Lake Titicaca. It's a very good, if you want a cultural experience, it's a really good place to go. And from there, you usually visit 2 or 3 different islands. And one island, for example, called Tequili, is one of the biggest islands there. It's, people have been living there for centuries, since pre-Inca times. There's been people living on that island. And again, it's a good cultural experience. You get to see the people there. And a good thing too for this, if you're going with a boat, it usually, when you take the boat there, it usually includes a guide, and they'll give you all the information you need to know, English speaking and Spanish speaking, tell you everything you need to know, take you around the island. It's a good trip. You've never ice climbed, or you never mountaineered or anything, Ecuador, and you want to gain experience to go climb bigger mountains, Ecuador is a perfect place to start, because there's over 50 volcanoes there. There's glaciers, ice climbing, rock climbing, everything you could ever want, and it's anywhere from beginning all the way up to advanced. So to fly down to Ecuador, the best time to go climbing would be December and January. That's usually when you're going to get the best weather, clearest days for the best views from on top of the different volcanoes. Alright, so why I travel? I just travel simply because every single day when you travel is a new and different sun. You're in a new place every single day, meeting new people. Everything is just new experiences.
Those places looked almost picture perfect. I hope they weren't Photoshopped though, because that seems like another item that I'd add to my travel list. But before we watch that, we got our next piece by Danielle Jarrett-Fisch, who like many participated in Earth Hour. The city of Toronto, along with many others around the world, have joined together, shutting off all their power for 1 hour. In order to celebrate this, we got a new beginning, we got healthier environment, all that stuff. So let's take a look at the event, and we have a little bit of an Earth Hour in the studio ourselves. We'll dim the lights a bit. Take a look.
I went to the Earth Hour event at Nathan Phillips Square to check out the concert by the Philosopher Kings and Nelly Furtado, which at that point they turned out the lights for an hour, not only at the concert but all over the world to show support about energy conservation. They also had key speakers there such as Cheryl Hickey and David Miller, speaking about issues such as global warming. I also think it's important that we do our part by turning off lights, because if we don't, there'll be major consequences.
I'm missing American dreams since I was 17. Don't matter if I step on the scene or sneak away to the Philippines. They still gon' put pictures of my derriere in the magazine. I'm missing sex as a virgin. You want a piece of me? Mrs. Oh my God, that Britney shameless. You want a piece of me? Mrs. Extra delicious. You want a piece of me? She's so big now she's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So long inside this building. You know I should let my wounds to circles me this day. Yeah, telling me better for love. But after midnight, morning's gonna come and the day's gonna sing. If you're gonna get some.
Toronto, though, is where it's happening. This is where it's happening, and it's all about you. Climate change is the biggest threat to this planet, and you're turning out, and your individual actions count. Just one foot, and it all fell down high. I held on tight like homes and others, crushed the break from the rain. Critics have said, how can an hour make a difference? Well, Earth Hour is about awareness. Without awareness, there can be no action. Won't you come over here and shake that hand? I don't wanna know ya, I just wanna show you how I make all the boys hit with me. Keep that leader. Do what you can. Inspire your neighbors, and we'll win the fight against climate change. It's not impossible. It's doable if we all act together.